Christianity so lightly. When it was at a high price, friends, I'm telling you that a chill is going through my bones. God becoming man to die for the human race. It was at a high price that our salvation was wrought. When Jesus, God cannot die, so he had to put on man, he had to clothe himself with mortality for him to die, because he's immortal, he can't die. So he came in the garb of man. God sent him, he was born as a child. And he was not privileged like us to be born in hospital. He was born in a stable, cradled in a manger. Now what is a manger? A manger is something, something inside of the stable that they used to give to put food for the animals, water for the animals. That was his cradle. You and I are privileged, we're privileged to born in a hospital. But God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, became man just because of us. We are taking salvation so lightly. It was not easy, friends. Come with me 2,000 years ago. Let me tell you, today is the 14th. Today is the 14th of this is the very day. The exact day Jesus was crucified on Calvary. The 14th of April. I'm telling you that I'm chill going through my bones. The exact day that Jesus was crucified 2,000 years ago on the cross of Calvary. The 14th day of this month. Now in the Jewish calendar, it is called the month Nisan. Jesus said on that 14th day, you will take a lamb and offer it as a sacrifice. This is the very day that Israel came out of Egypt. So Jesus coming to pay that price for us on that very day, he was crucified on the cruel cross of Calvary. Was it easy? It wasn't easy. Come with me after the Passover. After the Last Supper. Jesus, after that Thursday night, after he had the Last Supper with his disciples, he left the upper room and they began walking towards Gethsemane. And as they began walking towards Gethsemane, the disciples had never seen their Lord in that manner before. Here he was with a weight over him. The weight of your sin and my sin was upon him. Jesus couldn't walk upright as they saw him white all the time. They saw him bent over. It's like he was going to fall. And the disciples, they held on him. They held him and brought him into that garden. And as he entered that garden, the spirit of prophecy said, as soon as he entered that garden, he fell prostrate on the floor and held on to the ground. He held on to the ground as if he did not want to let the ground go. The coldness from the ground entered his body, but he couldn't let it go. Then he said to his disciples, he went to his disciples and said, please pray with me and pray for yourself. Pray lest he enter into temptation. So he went a stone throw away from them. And again he prostrated himself on the ground and said, Father, if it be possible, Father, please take this cup away from me. The weight of the sin of Adam to the last person that's going to be born in this world was weighed upon Christ. Every single person's sin, every sin that we have done was weighed upon Christ. Hence the reason why he could not even walk into Gethsemane. The disciples had to support him. And as he got there, he fell down and said, Father, take it away. And we're told that he went to his disciples, thinking that he would hear them praying for him, or a little word of sympathy. Going through something and he wanted somebody sympathizing with him. But the disciples were fast asleep. He said to Peter, Peter, are you sleeping now? Pray. But we are told the devil was in the Garden of Gethsemane and he put a stupor on them. So they were sleeping. They did not want to sleep. They wanted to pray with Jesus. They wanted to be awakened. But the devil has put a stupor on them so they could not pray. They were sleeping. He went back. The second time he went, he saw them sleeping. He went back and said, Father, if it be possible. He is lying on the ground, you know. He don't have strength to today when you tell people to kneel in church, they don't even want to kneel in the presence of God. Your big over second. And look at Jesus. He could not even kneel because the weight of your sin and my sin was upon him. He actually lied down on the cold ground. Look at God. That's all you know. That same Jesus who now is lying down on the ground is the very same Jesus who said, let there be, and there was. He called the sun into existence. He called creation into existence. It was the very same Jesus. Now nature is sympathizing with Jesus because what? He's on the ground, on the cold ground. When the scripture prophecy said, the cup trembled in the hand of Christ. When I'm telling you that, I'm relating this story and coolness is going through my being. The cup trembled in the hand of God. And when the Father, who saw what his Son, it was too much for the Son to bear, he commissioned the mightiest of angels, Angel Gabriel, who took the form of, who took the place of Satan. He was dispatched from heaven and came and sat with Jesus and lift Jesus from the ground and put Jesus' shoulder, Jesus' head, on his shoulder. And as he put Jesus' head on his shoulder, he strengthened Jesus to drink the cup. And he brought Jesus down through the corridors of time to our time. Jesus saw you, right, sitting right here today. He saw me preaching in the church today. He looked down in time. The Bible says he saw the travail of his soul and he was satisfied. He saw us and he was satisfied. And then he told his Father, instead of saying, take away the cup, he said, Father, I will drink the cup. And he decided to drink the cup. When he said that, just when he was saying that, who would enter the garden? Judas entered the garden. With them all, they had sticks, they had clubs, they had whatever they had to destroy Jesus. And when Jesus saw them, Jesus says, I was in the temple with you every day. You never lay hand on me. But this is your hour and the power of darkness. And Judas came forward and kissed Jesus. Jesus could have freed himself. Because when they came in the garden, the mob came in the garden, the angel was there. And the angels just went in front of Jesus. And the mob. What they did, John said, they just fell backward. All of them fell to the ground. Every single one of them. Judas and every single one of them fell backward. Jesus could have freed himself. But he remembered you and he remembered you. Amen. What an awesome God, brethren. What an awesome God! Remembered you and remembered me. Go with me to the Bible, the book of Isaiah. We'll do much reading this morning. Sometimes we come to church and we hardly read. And brethren, after this sermon, I don't think that we will take God lightly again, because we will see that Jesus paid a high price for the redemption of you and the redemption of me. Verse 3, we read it this morning. He was despised and rejected of men. So the very people he came to save, what did they do? They rejected him. They rejected him. He was rejected of man. A man, let me get it again. Yes. A man of sorrow and acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our faces from him. That's verse 3. He was despised and we esteemed him not. Do we esteem God? Do we appreciate? That word esteem them is appreciate. Do we appreciate what God has done for us, brethren? If we were appreciative of what God has done for us, every time the doors are open, we would have been here. And the amazing thing about Seventh-day Adventists now, they look at the clock all the time. When let me tell you something. Today is not your day. If you spend the whole day in church, it's not yours. It is God's day. It is God's day. We have been stealing too long from God. It is God's day, and we want to hasten the Sabbath. Look at the killer. It's sunset already. It's sunset already. Who knows how it's happening? You have place for the But let me tell you something. In the presence of God is joy, and fullness of joy at it. Yes, my friends. So he said, verse 4. Surely he bore our grief and carried our sorrow. No matter what you're going to go through in this life, Jesus had a foretaste of it already. Our sorrow, our grief, our pain, whatever we are going through, Jesus has already tasted it for us. That's why he makes it easy for us. And carried our sorrow, yet we esteem him stricken, smitten of God and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgression, he was bruised for our iniquity. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And hallelujah, this morning, with his stripes, you and I are healed. Hallelujah! So when we have a sickness, we need not run to those men out there first. Go to Jesus first. Sometimes when nothing can work, we're going to Jesus. But I want to tell you, Jesus is the answer to all problems. All sickness you may have, bring it to Jesus, because he said, come, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. And he said, you being a father, will you give your child, if your child asks for bread, will you give your child a slave? No. You will give your child bread. So if we being evil know how to give good gifts to our children, what's about our God? What's about our God? We move on to verse 6. Therefore, my eyes fell on it. All we like sheep have gone astray. And you would agree with me? We all have gone astray. We have turned every man to his own way. And the Lord has laid upon him the iniquity of us all. God has laid upon Jesus the iniquity of us all. Every sin that we are going to commit, we have committed, we are committing, and we will be committing, has already been placed upon Jesus. And he continued, he was oppressed and was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth, brethren. You know, sometimes as Seventh Adventists, I'm a guy Seventh Adventist cafe. You know, when the devil brings something to some of us, you know, sometimes God just tests us. A situation may arise, and God tests us. And we forget that we are Seventh Adventists. We forget that we are ambassadors. You're not just anybody, friends. You are an ambassador for Jesus. An ambassador does not walk anyhow. Ambassador does not speak. Our ambassador for St. Lucia. You think that people will just go and walk anyhow? Talk anyhow? No! That ambassador must ensure that their life is right in the states, right? In the eye of the state, right? That their life is upright. You never find an ambassador leaving St. Lucia, representing St. Lucia, and going to America with a tithe on them. Why are we Seventh Adventists as God's people wearing tithes? You are an ambassador. Wherever you go, you have to represent God. Our body, I want to tell Seventh Adventists, us as Seventh Adventists today, your body, my body is a temple of the living God. We cannot put what we want on our bodies, brethren, because your body doesn't belong to you. Your body belongs to Christ. And he said, don't you know? Don't you know what's happening inside there? Reverend, that is a wrong practice. Don't you know that your body is the temple of the living God? It is God's temple, brethren. You cannot wear what you want. You cannot drink what you want. You cannot go where you want, because what? It is the temple of the living God. We cannot do what we want with our temple, brethren. We cannot do it. We are the temple of the living God. And so our dressing needs to depict that we are ambassadors. Our speech needs to depict that we are ambassadors. As Seventh Adventists, we need to clothe our body. Ladies, when you're going out, you live in your house, clothe your body properly. You're coming to church, clothe your body. I see people going to work. I meet many of brethren from the various churches going to work with long sleeves like myself. But when they come to church, all underneath their arm out. Hello? If you can walk in the office properly clothed, why can't you come to church properly clothed? And parents, do not give your children sleeveless clothes. It is in the pen of inspiration. Let the children know that the clothes that they are wearing, that they're not just ordinary people. They are extraordinary people. They are holy people. That's what Peter said. You're a holy nation, a peculiar people. You're not just ordinary. Cover that your children when they're coming to church. Let them know from a child, because if they grow up like that, being sleeveless and all the body exposed, the children believe that that is the norm. That is what obtains. So that's how they're going to come. You cannot blame them. So clothe them when they come. Let them know your body is a temple of the living God, and you have to be properly clothed when you come to God's house. In the Old Testament, read the Old Testament. It tells you when the men were going up the altar, God says, don't even step in my altar, lest your nakedness be exposed. The breast should not be out. That is for your husband, ladies. Our breast should be covered. Do you not in a room? That you can have that is in your room and in your house. So we have to be particular when it comes to God, because God did not go through all this trouble just for us to just parade because we have a new dress. Church is not about new dress or new coats. Church is all about Jesus Christ. Sometimes, yes, we say, oh, that's what we now mix it set this as support it and nothing do. That is not the child of God. Nothing do. And we forget 2 days that we are Adventists, and we tell the person what we have to tell them, and then tomorrow we put on our Adventist clothes and use Adventists. It can't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. He said, Jesus, Pilate marveled, you know. As Jesus appeared before Pilate, and they said so many things about Jesus, the Bible says he opened not his mouth. Pilate was so amazed beyond measure. He said, I have never seen a prisoner like that. Every prisoner tried to retaliate and they tried to defend themselves. But doesn't this prisoner care? Doesn't this prisoner care? The prisoner, so many things they say, but the Bible says he opened not his mouth. And we have to take a page from that, brethren. You understand? Be like Jesus all the time. And we can do it if we allow God to take residence within our hearts. Go with me to I want to step over to Amos. Amos, you have Daniel, you have Hosea, Joel, Amos. Amos chapter 8, verse 11 to 13. I don't want you to go without hearing this text. Okay, 11 to 13, it says, I'll read in your hearing. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but for what? For hearing the word of God. And they shall wander from sea to sea, from north even unto east. They shall run to and fro, and to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgin and the young men faint for us. But the day is going to come. Sometimes we do open air and we use that for the unbeliever. It's not for the only believer, it's for Seventh Adventists. Because we have the truth in our hands, in our homes, and we don't study the Bible. Hence the reason why our children are leaving the church, because their feet are not planted on Jesus Christ. If the children know the significance of what Jesus did for them in Calvary, they will remain in the church, my friends. They will fall in love with Jesus. The reason why the children leave the church, because they don't know God. And parents sometimes have two faces. Sometimes they are one person at home and they are another person at the church. So they are sending conflicting messages for the children. You need to be the same person who are at church at home. So when your children see you, they know this is mommy, this is daddy. You know? So the Bible is telling us that we need to study God's word. We need to study it and commit the word of God into our minds, brethren, because the time is going to come and it's hastening quickly. You know the Sunday law could have advanced. The Sunday law could have advanced already. But you know what is retarding the Sunday law? Not the word, the church. Because God sees if the Sunday law should be passed now, many seminary in this will not be saved. The servant of God says in the book Early Writings, the servant of God, you know, I read that and I said, Lord, can this be? I said, Lord, that can't be. She said she saw churches, everybody's lost. She saw one church, sometimes one person, sometimes 20, sometimes 10. And she said, bright lights will go out. Monkey fire by Jesus. Not pure out. Because what? They believe they know it and they know they don't go to the Bible anymore. Bright lights will go out. And we are seeing it today. People who once stood up here and preached the word of God, where are they today? Bright lights will go out. But brethren, ensure that our light does not go out. If you fortify your mind with the truth, you will be able to stand. Daniel said, who shall be able to stand? But he looked again and saw a set of people. And he said, those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life, they will be able to stand because they will be sealed for eternity. Hallelujah. And the sealing time is going on. God is sealing Adventists today. We have been sealed. So nous pas à vivre n'importe comment bien nous voulons. Nous ne pouvons vivre by Jésus. Because don't you want to see Jesus? That's my desire, that's my prayer. I want to see Jesus. Nothing in this world doesn't matter to me. What matters is to be saved. Hallelujah. In the name of Jesus. Yes, so God wants, where is your treasure, brethren? So many Seventh Adventists today are so busy. That's why you see, you go to churches and empty on Sunday night and on Wednesday night. Because people are amassing. People are gathering things. People are gathering things. Friends, all what we are gathering is not going to profit us anything. This young man is from Dominica. And the hurricane hit them very bad. And his mother, his father, the family is separated because of their homes that were destroyed. You see? Over there, so many people who had big houses. Everything gone. The people are in shelter. Some people have been, somebody met me and told me, in Dominica, the people in the church were very political people. When they come to church, your side say UWP, your side say Labour. They have the same Labour and UWP. Your side say Labour, your side say UWP. So instead of praying when the storm was coming, you're like, I did by who going to stand on whose side. And hence the reason why the devil swept. If the church was praying, and the wonderful thing about this minister that we have, he may not be, he's not a Seventh Adventist, but when the storm was coming, he announced that the island should pray. And a lot of people went into prayer. That's why St. Lucia has been spared a lot of times. Because when people hear, the whole of St. Lucia might not be praying, but there are faithful few who are praying in the name of Jesus. And when they pray, the devil cannot enter with the sword. Because the devil that is destroyed, he is a destructive foe. He comes and destroys lands. He comes and destroys life because he don't want to pay for our sins. So hence the reason why any place that's saturated with prayer, you are going to stand. Our life must be a life of prayer. And we studied today about Daniel. Daniel, and I just love this man called Daniel. They could not find nothing wrong with Daniel. Not a thing they could find wrong with Daniel. They said, well, if we can't find anything wrong with this man, we'll tackle his God, his prayer life. That was the best place to tackle him. The man continued to pray. He continued to pray, and he sent his prayer before him. He didn't have to go to the lion's den. He sent his prayer before him. And as he entered into the lion's den, the lion just said, the man of God is coming, and just bow. Hallelujah! That's the power of prayer. That's the power of prayer. God sent his angel to shut the lion's mouth. The man's life was a life of prayer. Our life is living on the borders of eternity. Our life needs to be a life of prayer. Go with me to the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 27. 13 and 14. Matthew 27, 13 and 14. And we'll do some reading this morning about the life of Christ, brethren. 13 and 14. Then said Pilate unto him, hearest thou not how many things this witness against you? And he answered him never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. Pilate had this point. Why they saying so many things about Jesus? He did not answer. Oh. Go with me to 17, 19, 24, 25. We're looking at Jesus. Come with me to Calvary. See what Jesus is going through. We take 17, verse 17. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, whom will he that I release unto you? Barabbas or Jesus, which is called Christ? For he knew that for envy they had delivered him. Verse 19. When he was set down on the judgment seat, his wife sent unto him, saying, have nothing to do with this just man, for I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him. Look at God. God is not willing that any should perish, but that every single one of us should come to repentance. God, whilst Jesus was being judged by Pilate, Pilate's wife was having a dream. And Pilate saw Jesus. He saw all what Jesus was going through. And the pen of inspiration said, she sent a message as soon as she came out of the dream. She sent a message to her husband and told her husband, don't have nothing to do with this man. He's a just man. Wow. And Pilate himself said in the book of John chapter 19, 3 times Pilate says, I find nothing wrong with this man. I find no fault in this man. You find no fault in a man, yet you're condemning the man. No fault. I find no fault, he said. But yet, when Barabbas, so he thought, well, okay, he's going to get out of it. I'll bring Barabbas. Barabbas was a murderer, had done so many things in the country of Judah. So he said, well, since Barabbas is that type of person, I'll bring him. Maybe they'll choose Jesus. So then what he did? He brought Barabbas and he said, which one do you want? Which one do you think they wanted? They called for the murderer. They called for a murderer. And they said, then Pilate said, what must I do to the one who is called King of the Jews? They say, away with him, crucify him. Mercy, Lord. Mercy chose a murderer above Jesus. In other words, they chose Satan above God. Away with him, they said. Pilate did not know what to do. Pilate was confused because the servant of God says, it's not only the priest and all the mob that was there, demons were there too. Every demon, every fallen angel was there. Took them and the devil, together with the priest and the officers, joined together and they began to say, crucify him, crucify him. They made an uproar in the place. So Pilate was called. They confused the man. He had the letter in his hand. The wife said, don't do anything with this just man. And then there the mob is trying to crucify him together with demons. So he was confused. And so what did he do? He took a basin of water. He washed his hands. He went low as if that he was innocent. Was he innocent? Go with me. 25. 24. Did you read 24? No. Okay, 24. When Pilate saw, right, I think that is what I just mentioned there. He took water and washed his hands, so you can read it. And Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made. He took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. He saw he was innocent. Then answered all the people and said, he children. Can you believe that? Can you believe priests, which today is the pastors and the elders? They say the priests and the elders and the scribes and the Pharisees, the secretary. They said, his blood be upon us and our children. And so they said, brethren, from then on, there have never been peace in Jerusalem. Up to the time I'm speaking now, there's no peace in Jerusalem. Because what? Their blood is upon their children. And they said, they did not just say their children, their immediate children. They say, and their children. Can you believe that? And today, those innocent children, those innocent people in Palestine are being killed, running from place to place, leaving their home, don't have a resting place, all because of these foolish men, what they said 2,000 years ago. It's running every generation, it's going through every generation. Up to when Jesus Christ, because Jesus comes, because they refuse Jesus as their personal Lord and Savior. Imagine, just like a Seventh-day Adventist. Look at this, brethren. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at this. The people were studying about the coming Messiah. They were studying every time they went to church. They read the scroll about the coming Messiah. You are reading it, and then Messiah is right there with you, and you don't even know he's there. Messiah vini tous les jours ni Bible can read about the Messiah. Messiah vini et pas même ça c'est Messiah. Just like Seventh-day Adventists today, Jesus will come and we will not know him. Let me tell you something. Religion is not about hearing about. Every time you come to church, you hear about Jesus. If you don't know Jesus, we're not going to heaven if we don't know God. Jesus said in John chapter 17, verse 3. This is eternal life, that they might know me. That they might know thee, God the Father, and Jesus Christ, whom thou hast sent. Eternal life is knowing God and knowing the Father and Jesus. If we don't know the Father and we don't know Jesus, we cannot get to heaven. Because that's eternal life, knowing God. And all of people read the Bible, but they don't know God. Just like the Jews, they were reading, and here was the Lamb of God. Hey, and the Bible says, while they were making the sacrifice in the temple, they had the lamb, they brought the lamb. While they were making the sacrifice, what happened? The veil was split from top to bottom, and the lamb escaped, because what? The real lamb was on the cross. Hallelujah to the Lamb of God. Hallelujah. The real lamb had come. Verse 30, 35. Long time we never read that. You know, sometimes we come to church and we don't read much. One verse and we go home. But today we are going to read the Word of God. We are going to read the Word of God. 30 and 35. Let's go. And hear what happened. Let's take 29. I want to walk with you through this, so that if perchance maybe it's a long time you've not read this account, we are told to read this every single day. Verse 29, it says there, and when they had planted a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand, and they bowed the knee before him, and mocked him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews! And they spat upon him, and they took the reed, and they smote him on the head. Now imagine, Jesus, with the crown of thorns on his head, placed upon his head, and they are taking the reed, the stick in their hand, and ramming the thorns down to his temple. C'est piquant, anti-piquant capiton bapio. What's on the and all that around his head, and they are ramming it down his head, the temple. Reverend, you see salvation? You see salvation was not a saint. Throughout eternity, we are going to study that. The redemption of man. It was not easy. It was not easy. Imagine, Jesus he is not there as a God, feeling that. He is feeling it as a man. Like you and I, he's feeling it just like you and I are going to feel it. Are feeling it when something happens to us. Yes? Verse Verse 30. And they spit upon him. Yo kwasha yo he fling sorti yo goj yo et yo kwasha sou Jésus. And they took the ring and smote him on the head again. And after that, let's go to verse 35. We'll skip in a few. And they crucify him. Verse 30, verse 35. Verse 35. And they crucify him and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet. They parted my garments among them then, and upon my vesture did they cast lots. Verse 45. Verse 45. So while Jesus was on the cross, they are grumbling for his clothes. Can you believe that? Verse 45. Now from the 6th hour, there was darkness over the land until the 9th hour. What time did Jesus die? Yes, he died at 4. What time was he put on the cross? Close. He was put on the cross at 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock he was on the cross. He spent 6 hours on the cross. 9 o'clock. And we are told at 12 o'clock, that's the time when the sun is the hottest. Nature sympathized for God. The sun became black. There was darkness over the entire land of Israel. Because the Son of Righteousness was paying the price for the human race. Darkness covered the land. We are told when the darkness covered the land, the priests and all the people that were there, they said, truly, this must be the Son of God. Because nature itself was sympathizing for God. God was not dying for nature. He was dying for man. Man was saying, crucify him. Man was saying, away with him. The very man he was dying for. But yet, none of them sympathized with him. But nature was sympathizing with the nature, with God. Brethren, I want us to think about that. Think about it. This message didn't come by coincidence. God wants us to ponder on his word. Verse 46. Verse 46. And about the 9th hour, which is 3 o'clock in our time, about the 9th hour, so if it was today, right now, Jesus is on the cross. From 9 o'clock he's on the cross. 12 o'clock he's still on the cross. So it says, about the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Verse 15. Jesus, when he had cried again with a loud voice, healed the ghost. The spirit of prophecy picks up this story and said, when Jesus gave that last cry, it did not only stay on earth, it ran through all the worlds. Because this is not the only world that God creates. It went through all the worlds. That cry was so massive, that cry was so deep, and in anguish he cried. It touched the human race. When he gave that last cry, the centurion, the very man who had led him to the cross, said, truly, this was the Son of God. The very man. And that very day, he gave his life to Jesus. When he saw what happened at the cross, his heart was changed. After we have listened to this sermon, will we still be the same person? If a hardened soldier who was together with the mob saying, crucify him. But when he saw what he saw at the cross, this man gave his heart to Jesus. And the spirit of prophecy picks it up and says, a lot of people who were at the cross on that day, when Peter preached that first message, thousands of them gave their heart to Jesus. Because what they saw at the cross was enough for them. We will be closing down soon. And verse 15, yes, we read that. Verse 15. So it tells us that the veil of the temple was torn in two. Verse 52 says the graves were open. when Jesus came back to life. Let's go. We'll take the last part of 53. Isaiah 53. So you think, brethren, being a Seventh-day Adventist, being a Christian, you think it was something easy. Nous pas point salvation so lightly. It's like it's a club. I come, I go. I come, I go. I go up and down. This is not a club. This is the house of God. This is the house of God. And due respect to the Holy Spirit when we come into God's house. Isaiah 53 will take 9 to 12. And I want you to listen keenly. 53, 9 to 12. And he made his grave with the wicked. Imagine God, the creator of heaven and earth, made his grave with the wicked. He didn't have to say that he had a special place to be buried among the wicked, in the cemetery among the wicked. He made his grave with the wicked. Listen. And with the rich in death, because he had done no violence, neither was deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. The Father bruised him. Why did the Father bruise his Son? For you and for me. To redeem this world. His Son was bruised. Brethren, do you know the whip which they used to beat Christ? Twice they beat him.